it was actually like right mid, like mid quarantine. Like it was like like I said, like I was finna move. I had just left Zero. I just kind of like excommunicated from Zero Fatigue and shit because of we wasn't seeing eye to eye on business and shit. So like I was just got into a new deal with Sync. Shout out Sync Music Group based in LA. Shout out all the people at Sync, CINQ. But and so I was just kind of like fresh in, like feeling new and revamped. And I thought I was finna move to LA. I was finna kind of like link with Monty and do some shit. And then it just shut down. So like I was here, like I explained earlier, got a recording situation and shit. And you know, it's this I met a producer, his name Ali Knott, and he actually graduated from the same high school as me. He just like, I think he like 4, 5 years younger than me. I think he could be a little younger than me. Like he like 22, I think 23. And I went and recorded at his house, and he in the Army, so he kind of had to start doing shit, you know, especially because of the pandemic. So he kind of got took out on tours and whatever the fuck you call them, but he was doing that. And basically, I met this dude named C, and I started recording with him. I love that boy. And shit, we just kind of took off from there. And I was just coming fresh off like I feel like I was scratching and clawing all year. Like I put out 2 projects, but I had Leg Cake made in I started making Leg Cake the end of 2018. Mr. Glass was already done 2018. I started making Leg Cake end of 2018, finished that 2019, and then I made Never Look Back the end of last year type shit. So all this shit I had done, like I had put out Leg Cake just kind of on some, I wanted to build, I kind of rebuild my momentum back up for Burn It All Down type shit. And so, you know, so I kind of just had a lot of anger in my spirit, you know, not anger, but just like, I just feel like it's just time to persevere. I felt like I was counted out. My back was against the wall. Like, I felt like a pariah by like the immediate group of people that I was doing music with. I kind of felt like ostracized in some way, you know, kind of because most of them people like based out of Chicago, and I'm in St. Louis type shit. You know, kind of a little bit of that. But, you know, just a couple other different reasons. And I just had I feel like it was my time to prove it. And I finally had my opportunity to where when people looked my way, they was going to see Bari. And it was going to represent what Bari wanted to represent. So I wanted to just put my whole display of my repertoire that I learned up to this point, you know, on display. You know what I'm saying? Like from my favorite song on the project is I'm Raw. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite song because that's the one song like I didn't know I could make, but I always wanted to make my entire life type shit. Like motherfuckers, like the shit that kind of got me into making music on top of like hearing Jay-Z rapping and hearing like the Diplomats and hearing Wayne and that shit like touching my spirit and my soul as a young nigga, like hearing G-Eazy. But on top of it, it wasn't just that hip hop. It was like one day I was a kid, I'm flipping through channels and you know, I'm seeing clocks like on TV, like the video for clocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And as a young nigga in St. Louis, I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even know it was like people making music. I just was like in awe of this shit. And so, like my whole life, I always wanted to make a song that felt like that. You know, that felt worldly. Like that was kind of like my goal. Even like Mr. Glass, like you know, people kind of be confused at my I guess delivery and kind of sometimes at how I come at songs and shit, because I always want to be creative. I always want to like keep somebody guessing, but it's because I was inspired not just by hip hop, but I was inspired by like alternative music type shit. So like I'm Raw, you know, I feel like the fact that shit on the same project as a song like Jigga Man, and it's not featuring nobody. I didn't have nobody help me write it. Didn't nobody give me no ideas on vocal coaching and no shit. Like I just like go in the booth and I just black out type shit. I just kind of get hella high, vibe, try to connect with the beat, and you know what I'm saying. And then I just kind of go from there. And then I don't want to kind of keep going without thanking like Allie Knock and Blake Wright and Vision, my boy Vision, shout out my boy Vision, and Monty Booker and Nico the Great, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, all them niggas, like, just off of strength of just them being amazing producers. Like I just want to give them they flowers because, you know, I wouldn't be able to do none of the shit I did without them niggas in the middle of the day or the middle of the night or whatever. Just, hey, bro, check your phone. And then that me playing that press and play and like that shit just getting my soul back going. Like I don't write raps. Like I don't sit and write bars or take out time to write raps. I got 2 kids, like, you know, and I just stopped doing that shit years ago. I like to live my life and just kind of live in my thoughts. And then, you know, when I get to the booth where I'm at in life at that time, this is what I want to give, put on wax, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, so just them just sending me that fucking heat, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And I'm just kind of feeling it. And then we just talking and connecting and them hearing like, all right, I'm telling them like, I kind of want to do something more like this. But it's just like, I feel like even God, like, you know, that's another reason I love this music journey because, you know, it make me really feel like the presence of God sometimes, like just certain small shit, like just even my connection that grew with my mother, my baby's mother, my kids, to like my connection I done grew with Monty, to Vision, to like, you know, to J2, like just different connections I done grew. You know, I done grew apart from some people. Like, I grew apart from Smeet, but you know what I'm saying? That's just life. But like God, like, you know what I'm saying, bring me like people like Elton, just Von, my boy Von. I want to leave my boy Von out. But just certain, you know, in just certain situations, you kind of just, you know, you just get to blending with people, and that shit kind of just keep me inspired. And I'm always inspired by just, you know, the opportunity to like to change not just my life, but like the entire life of, like basically like anybody that meant something to me that rubbed shoulders with me. You know, like it ain't really about me. Like I really want to say the word. Like I really want to, like I don't really care about how big my house is and shit. Like, or you know how much shit I got. Yeah, I want to show up with that shit on. Like, but I really care about like my people's being able to pull up and feel confident in the room with anybody, whether fucking it's Jay-Z or Warren Buffett or fucking, you know what I'm saying, like Drake or motherfucking Swiss Beats or anybody I could come up with, fucking Jeff Bezos. I don't give a fuck if Jeff Bezos in the room. I want not just me, but anybody that was associated with me and in my circle, we could feel like, you know, and I ain't saying they don't, but I'm just saying like in the fact of where they at in their life and the access they got in this world, and just, you know, inspire like people's imagination. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to inspire my people's imagination, like not just like my partners or, you know, just my immediate family, but they kids. Like it's just crazy how like much opportunity and you can get in this world, like especially in music, just and being an entrepreneur, so many opportunities you can get, you know, and just, you know, and I just realized it's just one day it just came to me, it's just all about people, you know, you got fans and shit, but fans is just a compilation of one person. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of one person. So it's just kind of like everything is just about people. And I kind of like been, you know, into that shit lately. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to like put that out there just on the end of that, just on some, just to shout out all the people I came across and connected with, because that shit kind of, you know, helped that shit go.